Hi everyone, it's Mark with OUCARES, and this week I'm going to be talking to you about the ABCs of ABA, or what we call antecedents, behavior, and consequences. So let's jump in and learn a little bit more about the ABCs, how we can record them, and what we're going to do with them. First, I want you to get a blank piece of paper and divide it into 3 columns, and then again, it could be 3 to 5 rows. And at the top of the column, we'll have a column for antecedent, a column for the behavior, and a column for the consequence that happened right after the behavior. And this is the data sheet that we are going to use to record our ABC data. And I will show you an example of one right here. Next, we want to identify what is our target behavior, or what are we looking at. It's important to identify that target behavior, have a clear definition of the behavior so everyone knows exactly what we're looking for, what examples are included maybe in this behavior, maybe what examples are not included in a particular behavior, and it's just clear and concise so anyone and everyone knows what we're looking for when recording the data. Next, we want to identify the antecedents, or what is happening immediately before the behavior occurs. When looking at antecedents, it's important to ask yourself, where does the behavior happen? So is it happening at, again, home, or is it happening at school? Getting more specific than that, is it happening at home when they're in their bedroom, or when they're in the family room, things along those lines. Another thing to consider is, who does the behavior happen with? So if mom is in the room, does it happen? Or if dad is in the room, does it happen? Or what about little brother or little sister? Things along those lines are also important to consider. Another thing you can look at when identifying antecedents is, when does the behavior occur? So is it a time of day, morning, afternoon, evening, or is it maybe when asked to end a certain activity and maybe shut off the video games or give up the iPad? What activity does the behavior occur at is also another huge antecedent. So maybe it occurs, again, maybe when they're playing video games and asked to stop playing the video games. But if they are outside playing or eating dinner, the behavior might not occur. So what activity is currently happening is also another very important aspect of the antecedent. Also, the last thing that might be important is who else is around or participating as well. So maybe if the 2 brothers are playing together, we don't see our particular behavior happening. But if a sister comes into the picture, we might start to see that target behavior. So those are all important things to consider when looking at the antecedent, or what is happening immediately before the target behavior occurs. After that, we're going to look at consequences, or what happened immediately after the behavior occurred. It could be simple things such as a verbal comment or instruction that was placed or given. Maybe something was given or something was taken away. Maybe certain people entered the room or certain people left the room. Or maybe we did nothing at all and we ignored the behavior. All of those things are examples of consequences and should be recorded. So then we can look at this whole antecedent behavior consequence sequence to help us possibly identify what is the function of this behavior, or why is this behavior happening. So again, all 3 of those components are equally important and give us great information as to what is happening with this behavior and some environmental aspects that might be influencing the behavior or reinforcing that behavior or punishing that behavior. So great information can be gained from our ABC data collection procedures. Here is a sample ABC data sheet that I love because it's very concise and clear and contains a lot of great information. So you can see the date and time, you can see some setting events or other things that are happening around this time, and then clear descriptions of the antecedent, the behavior, and the consequence. So I hope this gives you a good example of what a filled in ABC data sheet might look like and the information that you could use on one at home for you and your loved ones. Thank you for watching this week's video on the ABCs of ABA. I hope you got some useful information from this, and I can't wait to talk to you guys again next week. Take care.